In a world still spinning from the psychedelic explosion of 1967, Bob Dylan went underground, literally. While others chased the next acid-drenched anthem, Dylan and his former backing group, soon to be known as the Band, hunkered down in a house called Big Pink in West Saugerties, New York. What happened in that basement wasn't supposed to be history. It wasn't even meant to be an album. But the basement tapes, recorded during months of informal sessions, became one of the most mythologized and influential projects in American music. Dylan had just emerged from a serious motorcycle accident in 1966 that forced him off the public stage and into seclusion. With the media speculating about his condition and future, Dylan instead focused on recovery, fatherhood, and a quieter kind of creativity. He gathered with Robbie Robertson, Rick Danko, Garth Hudson, Richard Manuel, and Levon Helm, his electric co-conspirators from the infamous 1966 World Tour. But what started as rehearsals for potential comeback material quickly evolved into something much more profound. In the basement of Big Pink, surrounded by wood paneling and wires, the group recorded over 100 songs. These weren't polished studio takes. They were raw, unfiltered, and rich with folklore. Dylan dipped into traditional American music, folk, blues, gospel, country, and crafted new songs with the air of ancient wisdom. Tracks like Tears of Rage, I Shall Be Released, This Wheel's on Fire, and You Ain't Going Nowhere blurred the line between old-timey lament and modern mysticism. It was music stripped of ego, burned out on fame, and soaked in timelessness. And yet, these tapes weren't immediately released. Instead, they circulated like whispers through bootlegs, passed from hand to hand among musicians and devoted fans. Known unofficially as the Great White Wonder, the bootleg version of the basement tapes became one of the first of its kind, birthing the underground music trading culture. Artists like the Byrds and Manfred Mann got wind of the songs and began covering them before they were even officially available. It wasn't until 1975, 8 years later, that Columbia Records released an official version of the basement tapes, combining 16 tracks from the sessions with 8 additional band recordings. While the release was celebrated, purists debated the authenticity of the compilation. It wasn't until 2014 that the Basement Tapes Complete, a 6-disc box set of all 138 known recordings, finally offered the full picture of what had unfolded in that shadowy, wood-paneled basement. What makes the basement tapes so powerful isn't just the music, it's the atmosphere. The feeling of a creative sanctuary, far from the demands of the industry. The camaraderie of musicians making art for its own sake. The sound of a man who once lit the world on fire, stepping back, catching his breath, and channeling something deeper. In a year dominated by Sgt. Pepper, flower power, and kaleidoscopic escapism, Dylan and the band gave the world something quieter, older, and ultimately more enduring. They reminded us that the future of music sometimes lies in its past, and that true revolution can be as simple as a reel-to-reel and a microphone in a basement.